You've found your ideal block of land to build on, and after months of design changes and quotes and re-quotes and changes, you now have the final price to build your dream home. However, there is a problem. It's a bit more than you wanted to pay. Your original budget is nothing more than a distant memory, destroyed by all of those increases and cost of labour and materials. So what do? Do you bite the bullet and commit? Or do you wait and see in hope that the prices will come down? Or maybe even play a bit of hardball with your builder and try and see if you can negotiate the contract price. Hi, I'm Ryan Stannard from Stannard Family Homes. We custom design and build unique homes for families of LA. In order to help you make the right decision that takes into account your own personal circumstances, I've created this video which will give you some insights into what is currently going on behind the scenes in the construction industry and how that may affect your decision to commit or delay. However, I need to start off by addressing the myth that could lead to some severe financial consequences for anyone that believes in it. After the dramatic rise in the cost of timber and steel throughout 21 and 22, we are now seeing the reduction in cost of those materials, which has led to a lot of people outside of the industry confidently predicting that the cost of building a new home will reduce in the coming months. Unfortunately, what these people have failed to take into account is the effect inflation is having on all other materials, which is negating any decrease in the cost of steel and timber. Additionally, we have seen an explosion in the cost of salaries in the construction industry, which is fueled by unprecedented demand, resulting in employers having to offer huge incentives in order to bring people in to fill their vacancies. Those two things combined have resulted in the cost of construction continually increasing, albeit not at the same rate as 21 and 22, when prices rose around 20% per annum. The fact is, prices will not be going down. So if you delay your build, then your building contract will be repriced and you can expect to see the cost increase significantly, which has led to some consumers to try and negotiate the contract with their builder. There is nothing wrong with trying to drive down the price of anything. In fact, there's nothing I like better than putting the squeeze on a car salesman. That's because a car is a commodity. And if I don't get the price I want from one dealer, I can easily go somewhere else and negotiate with them for the exact same product. However, a home is not a commodity, and no two builders will build the same home to the same quality with the same materials, which is why it's almost impossible for a consumer to compare two different quotes from two different building companies, even if they relate to the same plans and specifications. In fact, all builders have access to the same materials and the same pool of labour, which means when they build to the same quality, there is very little difference in the cost to construct a home, which is why consumers should be very careful about making any decision based on price alone. The builder with the lowest quote is typically the builder that's most desperate for cash flow. Porter Davis provides an excellent example of this when they slashed their prices by $50,000 in an attempt to generate deposits before entering voluntary administration just a few months later. Another thing to consider is that the best builders are like the best restaurants. They are booked out in advance. Some builders may be booked out for 12 to 18 months in advance. So if you're thinking of delaying the start of your build for a few months while you assess where interest rates are going, you could lose your build slot, which will result in you having to join the back of the queue. And with the average wait time of around 14 months for the best builders, that could mean that you're still 2 years away from living in your dream home. And don't forget, when you reach the front of the queue and construction is about to start, your contract will still have to be repriced in order to take into account any price increases. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're building your first home or you've built many times before. Designing a new home can be very overwhelming. And when you hear new things for the first time, it's not easy to remember everything. All the tips I've covered here are just a small sample of the information I need to share with you to ensure you are well informed when you get started on the design process. So I've put together a quick guide for you to download. It's completely free and it'll help keep your design on budget and avoid any nasty surprises that can sneak up on you when building a custom home. Just click on the link below and let me know the email address you'd like me to send it to.